Hey everybody, welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. Welcome if you're new to the channel. My name is John. I've been posting beta videos since October 24th, 2021. I live in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, and I'm going to take beta all the way here from the suburbs to another location in the suburbs, actually to grab some lunch. I've taken this route several times before in the past, and it continues to kind of screw up in certain areas, so we're going to see how well it does today. I'm going to predict, before I double tap down to take off, that we're going to have one intervention, and I'm going to force another intervention to try to do a U-turn, and I think it's going to fail, and I think then that's going to result in a disengagement. So that second intervention, I think, is going to end up becoming a disengagement. So that's my prediction here. Let's go ahead and double tap down. The car will take off, and we are in a residential neighborhood area. The screen is a little bit blurry. Okay, there it kind of fixed itself a little bit. It was there was some granularity to the screen. It seemed to be a little bit more pixelated compared to normal. So we're coming up here to John Drive, and the car is turning on the turn signal automatically and going to turn right here. There is no stop sign. This is kind of a yield intersection here, and it's going to come up here, and my prediction is it's going to get out on Gannon Drive and go left to get onto Gulf Drive. So let's just see if that is correct. Yes, it does look like it's coming up here to Gannon Drive. And then as soon as we get out onto Gulf Road, that is where I continue to have the first intervention. So this is a road that I take quite often. You'll see it in a lot of my other videos. There is a stop sign on the side of the road on another road. It's a side road, and it's facing the other way. So like you can see here in front of me, there's a stop sign. It's facing the other way, but for some reason it knows that. But the positioning of this other stop sign is so unusual. Now, it does not get displayed on the screen, but it's like a side road that's part of a car dealership, and it recognizes it somehow as a stop sign for Gulf Road, which is really bizarre because it's not documented on the map data for sure. There has never been a stop sign in this area off of Gulf Road. In fact, Gulf Road has traffic lights only. This is a pretty busy road. So we're going out now onto the road, and the car almost went into that pothole, small pothole there. Now here it comes. So this is a parking lot here. Actually, these are just parking lots. Yeah, the Toyota dealership is right up here. So that's a parking lot, no problem there. Now, right here, there's a stop sign, and it's kind of slanted toward me, but no visualization on the screen. I'm letting it slow down. No reason. See, now it's slowing down almost entirely, and somebody's honking at me for stopping there. Which doesn't surprise me because you're not supposed to stop there. So he was like, what is going on? I'm trying to turn here. And my car was completely coming to a stop there. So there is the first intervention. Lo and behold, just as I suspected. I'm going to go ahead and report that. I'm one of the few testers that has the camera button. I did find out that Frenchie, who also films in Chicago, still has his camera button. So I think what's happening is Tesla is keeping that camera feedback button for people that live in certain areas where they would like to improve the software more. Now, they probably don't like me hitting the camera button so much here in the suburbs because it's kind of boring out here. But down in the city, I think they really want to make some improvements. So if you're down there and it's busy or hectic, there's a lot of chaos, and the car is a lot more hesitant than it should be. So you end up annoying a lot of other people around you, and you just can get yourself in a lot of trouble. I mean, I think, and I've said this before, I think the first time we're going to see a major accident with full self-driving beta is not the car hitting something, is going to be someone else hitting your car. Someone rear-ending you, in other words. That is going to be the first major accident, in my opinion. Because someone objectively is just not going to be paying attention. They're going to be like, oh, okay, the car is doing everything, and I don't need to really pay attention. In reality, you really do. Okay, so here we go, getting into the right lane. Good that it did it early that time. That's hit or miss. Sometimes it will get over way too late there. And the light is green. It says no turn on red, but we don't need to worry about that right now. And hesitating a little bit, it slowed down more than I would have. It was clear to go there, but thankfully nobody behind us to get irritated or wonder what was going on there. So that's another thing for anybody that's new to beta testing. make sure that you keep a close eye on the traffic behind you, because that is the biggest point of concern while using this software. And that's why I wanted to have a bumper sticker. I sound like a broken record, but this goes through my mind every single time I'm using beta software, especially when I'm documenting it, is just the fact that you need to be very careful of other people around you. So we're coming up to North Plum Grove Road. Okay, now this light's turning yellow, car is slowing down, beautiful. So we do need to get all the way over to the left. This was an issue before. It made me a little bit nervous because it just took its time to get over. But let me swipe over here so you can see what's going to happen here. And by the way, the bug is still there when you slide. See how it blanks out, like it glitches a little bit? Okay, I didn't even notice the light turned green. So that's a nice feature. So if your eyes are off the road for just a split second and the light turns green, you can be rest assured nobody is going to honk at you when you're at the front of the line. That's what I love, because that would happen to me in the past where I just was, my eyes were off the road for a split second and suddenly light turns green and I'm still sitting there. And suddenly someone behind me is like, hey, come on, guy. But as you can see, that glitch is still here. So it just kind of, I'm sliding right now, and you can see it's just kind of turning black there for a split second. So interesting that it actually went over to the full screen. I'm going to just pull it back over just so we can review what's coming up here. So I need to get all the way over to the left. As you can see, contrary to the time before, okay, here we go. It's initiating one of the lane changes. We do need to get over one more lane after this. But it's going to turn left here and then attempt this U-turn. So every time I take this path, it's a little bit different. I don't know how it decides which path to take. Like last time, it actually turned right onto Plum Grove Road and then initiated the U-turn and came back out onto Gulf Road by turning left onto Gulf Road. But this time we're turning left. So we need to get over one more lane in order to do this. And then somebody had suggested in the comments before, after reviewing this exact same path, they said, the U-turn would probably be possible if you encouraged it a little bit, kind of pushed on the accelerator. I'll bet it would be able to do it. So I'm going to put that to the test. Every time it said take over, because there's a little message that says unable to complete maneuver, please take over. In the past, I've just read that verbatim and been like, okay, yeah, well, it's not doing it, so I'm going to take over. But this time I'm going to push it forward, and this is that intervention that I believe is going to turn into a disengagement. So hopefully we don't have too much traffic around us, because this is, again, going to create a unusual situation potentially with the car doing something unexpected. We're waiting for the light to turn green, and so far it hasn't been that bad. I mean, with the exception of that stop sign, which has always been an issue where I had to step on the accelerator. Sometimes getting from Gulf onto Higgins, which we're on Higgins right now. I was saying Gulf Road earlier. Sorry about that. That we're actually on Higgins. Getting onto Higgins Road has always been a little bit of a toss-up. Sometimes it does it well, other times it does not. So if I were driving manually, I would probably do the U-turn right here at this light. Okay, so we do have somebody right behind us. So being very careful about that. Okay, we're accelerating, giving enough distance. Now here's where I'm probably going to have to... Okay, good, they're getting in the turn lane. So it was turning on its left turn signal. Okay, let's see if it does this. Okay, unable to complete maneuver. Okay, I'm going to step on the accelerator just a little bit, just see what happens. Okay, so there it just tried to go into the other guy's lane, and he was like, what is going on? So the car was trying to do something really, really strange, and that would have been an accident had I not taken over. So just as I suspected, it was an intervention that resulted in a disengagement, and that was really unusual behavior. Not sure why it did that, because it actually went into the other lane. It didn't even have a, like it was showing on the path that it was going to be. It was showing on the path that it was going to be going, doing the U-turn, but then it tried to go to the right, which is really, really strange. It should not do that. So now that we're coming out of here, I'm waiting for the path to update itself here. And it's not. Double tap down. Let's see if it can figure it out. So it's putting on the left turn signal. We need to go right. I don't know why it's trying to go left. The tentacles now, okay, now it changed to the right turn signal. Not sure why the path hasn't updated itself, but the rest of this path is going to be pretty straightforward. Go through here and then turn right. So really disappointing that that U-turn just, it didn't even make an attempt to do it and could have caused an accident there. Now it is coming in a different way. This is a valid way. It says drive through. This is, okay, now it's slowing down, almost stopping there. So that's a third intervention. It's just frustrating that you have to baby it so much. It's going to come around here to the drive-through. So from here, basically, I'm going to take over. I mean, it can't go through the drive-through, but it's going to try to get to the front of the restaurant. So from here, I think we're going to end the video. Very disappointing. Still not there. I missed the opportunity to report some of those incidents, but it is what it is. Tesla, you've got some work to do. I really hope you can resolve these things. U-turns, phantom stop signs, unusual behavior when you intervene. I mean, all these things need to be addressed. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next video.